Everybody, it's Zach again at new2torah.com. Wanted to come in and make a video tonight. I'm getting tons of questions about Passover, and I kind of wanted to just address this topic again real quick and just understand I don't have all the answers. So I'm on this journey just like you. This is my second Passover that I'm going to be observing. We know we don't do it always right. I'm not even doing it the way I actually want to be doing it this year, but I'm doing it with some friends, and we're going to just enjoy the time. Guys, first off, I don't think it's possible to do the Passover exactly the way the Bible tells us. I don't think it's not possible. There is no temple today. There is no priesthood in place today. We cannot do Passover the way the Bible tells us to do that. Even though Yeshua being the final Passover lamb, the perfect Passover lamb, there's still going to be a Passover. We know the feast days are going to be kept in the millennium. The Bible tells us that, so it makes it perfectly clear that the feast days are going to be kept and take place in the millennium, the millennial reign when Jesus comes back and reigns as king. But besides that, how do we do it? We don't know. We know how the Torah told the people in the past to do it. Okay, we know how it told the Israelites to do it then. We don't know 100% how to do it today. So what do? We do it as a memorial, a remembrance of the time our ancestors came out of Egypt, and we tell the story to our children. That's what we do. And we eat some lamb, we eat some bitter herbs, and we just feast with our friends, and we remember that of the sacrifice that Yeshua, Jesus, paid on the cross for all of our sins and our transgressions. So that's what we do. How do we do it? I mean, we can't do it perfectly, and we can't do it exactly. I mean, when do we do it? That's the question I get most. There's some people who are celebrating Passover on Wednesday, some are Thursday, some are Friday. I think the Hallel too is doing it on Saturday. So it's like I had somebody the other day. It's like, well, why aren't you doing it on Saturday? It says on my calendar Passover, and I had to explain the whole Hallel 2 calendar. Guys, I don't know. I'm going by the conjunction of the moon this year. I was a sighted moon before in the past. I don't see, I mean, there's some good evidence against the sighted moon, and I see some good evidence for the sighted moon. The sighted moon makes the most sense because you would see it, but I think there's some good scriptural evidence against that. I don't know. So don't go crazy. I mean, this is like one of the most hotly debated topics, and with good cause, because it kind of sets the calendar for the rest of the year. We always mark the beginning to set the calendar for the rest of the year. So there is going to be a debate about this, and it's going to be a debate the rest of the year that we're all going to have to deal with. But guys, the thing about this we need to understand and just remember is that, we don't know. Have you ever taken a nap? Have you ever taken a nap and got into a deep sleep, and then wake up and realize, oh my goodness, you look at your watch and go, I have to be somewhere like 10 minutes ago, and it's going to take me 10 minutes to get there now, and you're running around, you're trying to put your shoes on, you're trying to comb your hair and throw a shirt on and try to find your keys. Where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my, whatever, and it's like you're heading out the door, and you know you're going to forget something. And it's like you're stumbling around trying to find yourself because you have these instructions you have to meet. You have to be somewhere, and you have a set of instructions you're trying to keep, but you're half asleep when you're trying to do it. It's like that. I think the Father has woken a lot of us up, has woken a lot of his children up. Say, hey, get up! It's time to go. We got things to do. He's waking his people back up to the Torah. He's getting ready to bring us back to the land. And what we're doing right now is we're stumbling around trying to figure out, we know we have some instructions we have to keep, and we're just figuring out what is it I have to do before I get out the door. Because we're getting ready to get out the door. But we don't know yet. We're stumbling around like a bunch of kids, and the Father must be up there laughing at us. He's seeing this, this awakening that's happening because it's time. It's his timing. And he's seeing this awakening, and he's watching his children stumble around trying to figure out what it is they're trying to do. And I can't help but think it must be a little bit humorous to him. But, hey, I mean, we're his children, and we're trying to do the best we can. And that's all any father ever asks of his kids, is to do the best that we can. And so let's not get into debates about whether this is right or that is right, or you're not doing Passover the way you should be doing it. You're not going by this tradition, and why are you eating this, when you should be eating that, and don't you know this, and we're not putting a little bit of baking powder. We have to get rid of the baking powder, but baking soda is okay, and all these silly things that we're just going crazy about, over Passover, and I find it really humorous. Guys, let's just try to do the best we can do. Praise the Father, praise His sacrifice for Passover, and go throughout the year and try to, number one, let's just get out there and help people. Let's get out there and show some love to some people, and share the gospel, and share the Bible, the Torah with them, and let them know, hey, listen, the reason our world is upside down is because we've gotten away from the Torah. Even though we don't know exactly how to keep it perfectly, we're just not going to be able to do that until He comes back. But let's get out there and just share some of that love with people. I think that's probably what we should be doing. Anyway, I wanted to share a story. Besides that, I was, as you know, I got some gospel tracts in the mail the other day. I made a video about that, and I met a guy. I went down to a municipality where I live in, a small town. The town where I live in has a court date. It's first Monday of the month, and so I went down there today, and I would go out and I just hand out gospel tracts to people coming in. And I met a young man named Andrew, and tonight, and he got caught with a needle in his car. He was doing heroin, and he got arrested. And he was there with his father. His father was absolutely. You could tell he was very angry with him. And I went up to Andrew when his father was in his truck. He was just kind of sitting there, and Andrew was kind of sitting on the sidewalk smoking his cigarette. And I went up to Andrew and I handed him a gospel tract, and I talked to him for a few minutes. And I got to know his name, and we talked about what he was there for. And I told him, I said, man, you know what's going to get you out of this? It's going to be prayer. You got to pray your way out of this. You got to get right with the Father and ask Him to heal you, for what you've done to your body. And he knew that. I mean, he'd I asked him if he went to church anywhere. His said he went to a church nearby, a town nearby. So I mean, he's heard all this from his father and his pastor, and I'm sure, and all the adults in his life who've come down on him. He was 20 years old, and so he realized he's made some mistakes. But I mean, he's into drugs, and so what I'm doing is I'd like you to pray for Andrew. So it's a prayer request for Andrew. There was a lot of people I met tonight. You go to a courthouse on court night when night court. You see a lot of broken people walking in those doors, and they all need to hear the good news, and they need some hope. There's a lot of broken people out there, folks, and it's only going to get worse. And that's who we need to be taking the love of the gospel to, the love of the Torah, because the Torah is love. Yeshua was our Torah made flesh. He was the Word made flesh. And so what better news could you be taking to people? But anyway, pray for Andrew. He was on my heart. And when he went inside, I even got to speak with his father, because his father came out of the truck and started to go inside, and I handed him a gospel tract. And I let him know that I talked to his son and that I was going to be praying for him. And you could almost see the tears. He got real red in the face, and he said, yeah, we everybody's praying for him. And you could tell that he was really hurting for his son, because his son had made some really bad choices. And so pray for Andrew, pray for his family, if you could. It's just a prayer request, and I'm throwing out there for him because I have a burden for the guy, it seems like it's now. So I'm going to be praying for him for the next week. So if you could remember to pray for him once or twice, I'd appreciate that. All right, that's it. We're going to end it here. Happy Passover, no matter when or how you're celebrating it. The reason for the season, so to speak. It's Yeshua. It's our Torah made flesh, who was that perfect lamb, that perfect Passover lamb. And that's what we should be celebrating. So go out there, celebrate how you have to celebrate it. His time is coming near. He's going to be coming back soon. He's going to teach us all how we keep His feast days. So, all right, take care. Most importantly, go home, read your Bible. All right, thanks.